Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Good morning, you stunningly gorgeous people of the internet. Welcome to a fun little video. We are going to be driving today. I'm upstate. I don't drive in New York City, okay? That's something I've never done and I will never do. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of some book thrifting extravaganza. I'm very excited because we are going to a bookstore that has been in a place near where I grew up for as long as I can remember. You have to text to get an appointment, which feels very exclusive. I love that. And that's where we're going. I've never been there. I feel like a bad person because this has been in my life, in my periphery forever, and I've never been there. We're finally going. I texted. I have my appointment. It's at 11 a.m. and I'm running late. So let's get this show on the road, baby. Heck yeah, baby. And we have made it. We are here. We are here. It's a lot, and I'm so excited. Okay, so welcome to Dog Ear Books, located in Hoosick Falls, New York. Now, if you don't know what Hoosick Falls is, that's fine. I think it's the only Hoosick Falls in the world, and it happens to hold a very near and dear place in my heart. It's also the home of Grandma Moses. If any folk artist fans are out there, what I'm going to most know it for now is Dog Ear Books. This is an absolutely unbelievable domain of books. This is all used books. You know how much I feel about used books. Holding something old and knowing its story is an unparalleled experience for me. And right now I feel like I'm in heaven. There's 4 floors. Right now I'm on the top floor. I made my way all the way up, and we're going to slowly make our way down, like in a museum where you hit the top floor first and then you go all the way down to the bottom. This is the fiction and the nonfiction section. I had a great tour from the owner. He was telling me all about the history of this. It's under new management. It was taken over about 3 years ago, and they're currently kind of going through and reestablishing the place as their own. It was owned by a gentleman. He had it until he was 98 years old. This is a place that I should have come to a long time ago, and unfortunately I never did. And now I have a platform to be able to talk about these bookstores that I think have a rich history and should continue to maintain their legacy. And I feel like it's a little bit of fate that now I'm discovering this bookstore for the first time, and hopefully it can motivate you to come by and stop. I am beyond excited to just rifle through these books. Let's check it out. Oh, excuse me. We interrupt today's broadcast from a special note from today's sponsor, and that is HelloFresh. Oh, I know you. You're bopping around going to bookstores. You're saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting my fill of books. I don't have time to cook food. Well, now, thanks to HelloFresh, you do. You know I'm not a great cook, so HelloFresh makes it easy for those who are a little bit troubled in the kitchen. What's so awesome about the new HelloFresh bags is that they're fully customizable, so you can swap out proteins and veggies if it's something that might not feel like it's right for your family at that time. And with the larger portions, you know that you'll be able to fill a family of 4, no problem. And also these recipes are incredibly high protein focused, so that I know I'm getting my protein goals while also getting my veggie portions, while also getting some good carbs. Feels like it's a fully functioning little table of nutrients. Trust me, they got some little kiddo-friendly options too. They're gonna love what they eat. And don't mind me, but I'm going to shut off this camera so that I can enjoy the rest of this beautiful meal with my family. Can I get a, how much are we enjoying it?
How much are we enjoying it?
So take advantage of the new HelloFresh by clicking the link in my bio and using my code at HelloFresh.com for 10 free meals and a lifetime of free breakfast. 1 free meal per box with active subscription. Free meals applied at discount on first box. New or returning subscribers only. Varies by plan. Click the link below and use my code at HelloFresh.com. Let's all fully dig in. Yeah. I've already found my first book, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's an edition that I have been looking for and want, so. You want to know something really crazy about Pearl S. Book? There was an opportunity for me a couple weekends ago to go to her estate and go to an estate sale in Vermont. Very strange that all of these literary figures are relatively close to where I grew up. I'm interested in Pearl S. Book. I want Pearl S. Book. You know where my mind is at, okay? Look at this edition, though. I love to see the weathered. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, to me, this is heaven. To just see that somebody had collected all of these books. Oh my goodness, I could spend hours in here. When I was talking to the owner, he said, "You're gonna spend so much time in here. It's insane that you've never been here." He encouraged me to just enjoy myself, and I think that that is the beauty of making an appointment and just perusing, because oftentimes feel like I'm rushed in bookstores, especially doing what I do in bookstores, which is film them and encourage people to check them out. Right now, I feel like I'm enjoying this for myself. And this is really crazy. This is really, really crazy. Look at that. You know, I just read Lonesome Dove. The final volume of the Last Picture Show Texasville story. Interesting. Oh my gosh, there's so many to choose from. I want something funky, I think. I want something really funky. I mean, look at this. You could just spend hours in here. I love this play. That's a lot of fun. I want to go in here. That's where I want to go. That is where I want to go. Is it time that I become an Anne Ricer? Wow. What I'm finding to be super fun about this is that I'm seeing all of these editions that I've never seen before. This is unbelievable to me. If you don't know, I've read Mrs. Caliban on the channel before. I had kind of like a new printed version, which isn't that exciting, but I love to see books when, like, this is a really wild book. It's about a woman who has an affair with a sea creature in the 1950s, really playing into the ideas of domesticity and things like that. But to see this cover is so cool. Me, I think the biggest and most exciting part of all of this is just seeing what books you're gonna find. There's no rhyme or reason. I think everything is being organized, but you could just, like, what is this? What is this book? Mrs. Million. I think the design of things was just so much more exciting for vintage books, in my opinion. I think we should go back to that. I'm really sick of the way that things are advertised now. I do not love the look of book designs now. I think that there's no charm in them, and I think that there was such an individuality for books back in the day, even the 70s. I think obviously you can see, oh wow, look at that, just look at that. You can see that everything was tied to a theme, right? You can see that a book was from the 70s or from the 80s, but now it just feels like there's such a rhythm in the way that people advertise their books now. They all look the same, and I don't love it. I love the look of vintage books. I just think it's so much more exciting. I feel like it ties more into the stories that are being told, and I really just love them. Like, look at this. A novel about the secret biological attack on North America. What? Okay, so I need to kind of get serious about looking. I know I've just been doing a lot of filming around here because it's so much fun. I also am a huge antiquer. I love getting things that are used. I feel like I'm going through somebody's personal collection, which is essentially what this is. Oh, look at that. Look at how cool these are. That is so sick. Bring back this glam. Descent from Xanadu? Yes. Wow. Every time I want to turn off the camera, I think there's going to be another book that I want to show. It's me. Yeah. Might have to get it. I want to get new books, though. Maybe I'll leave that for somebody else. Wow. Ooh, what is that? What is that? I might need to get that just because that looks so cool. That looks so cool. The Death of Woman Wang? This literally has to be one of the best collections of books I've ever seen. I've never even remotely heard of some of these books. I think I've spent over an hour here already, and I've barely even made it through. I have just been gandering, just doing a little gander. Sue me for being a ganderer, okay? Ooh, that's a really good one. Bury me in my boots. Ooh. Wow. Now we are getting into more of the nonfiction. My understanding is that this is a mixture of fiction and nonfiction up here. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is truly one of the most impressive bookstores I've ever been in. I think it really harkens back to the idea of being a book collector and holding value in every book that you have, and knowing that books and reading can unlock so much for you. Teeth. I see a book that just says teeth on it. This actually feels like something I would read. Nam, Vietnam War in the words of the men and women who fought there. I have a pretty deep obsession with wars. Strangest thing that humans are capable of is wars. And I don't enjoy reading about them, but I think it's very important to read about them. And I have not really delved too much into Vietnam. I read The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, which is a fictional retelling. Maybe, potentially. I was about to leave, and now I have to go through this. Okay, so I was about to head back downstairs because I know I need to keep moving, but then I saw that there's all of these newer kind of releases, you could say. John Irving, local to this area. Smiling for Strangers. What is that? That looks weird. Look at that book. War in the former Yugoslavia. Whoa! I guess we can just kind of show some of the books that I'm going through, just so you can see it. Look at how beautiful these editions are, though. Advanced Reader's Edition, wow. Advanced Reader's Edition from, what is it, probably, when was this published? 1995, Advanced Reader's Edition. I love that cover. That's beautiful. Sidney Sheldon, when I talked about 100 Greatest Writers of All Time, Sidney Sheldon was on there, and I said I'd never even heard of Sidney Sheldon. Look at how cool that looks, 1999. 2003, these are books you never even hear about. That's what I like about this, and I've been talking about it a lot on my channel, about how I want to read books that were popular from early 2000s, or who had some traction in the literary scene in the early 2000s, and nobody really talks about it anymore. Peck's Bad Boy and His Pa. I love these titles. Oh, that's so great. All right, now we're gonna finally head downstairs. Ooh. Just everywhere. And so now we enter back into the actual part of the building. Wow. So you come back down to the lower floors where I was originally, was up on the top floor. And this is looking more into a lot of art books. You have some geology books. You have much more specific books to genre, particular field, things like that. You know the drill.
Hopper is one of my favorites.
Somehow I always find myself in the art sections. Somehow I always find myself there. Look at this. When you get in here, which is a lot more of, what are we working with here? Oh, this is animal care. Who would think? The complete dog book. There's a book for everything. I don't really think that you can understand the scale of this place and just how many books we are looking at right now. Evolution, anthropology, botany, biology, science, reptiles, birds. This doesn't end. Oh my goodness. I thought that upstairs was a lot. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what my favorite? Books about books. Hell yeah. I don't really know how to begin to tell you the volume of books. When I was talking to the owner, he was saying that there's 125 tons of books in this place. I'm looking right now. The Murder on the Enriqueta, Dunn and Powell books. There's so... To curate a collection like this, to find books from so many different backgrounds, to catalog this, I can't even imagine how long that would take. I'm honestly kind of taken aback. And also there's this beautiful light over here that's just really captivating. Can't really see it too much, but it's really something else. And I think it shows the beauty of this place, just the little thoughtful details that are put in to make this a book haven. Also, I think who would really enjoy this is people who collect older editions of books. Obviously, that's really what's been alluring for me, but Japan, its history and culture, I know that I personally would love to have these just as decoration even in my apartment. Let's see what's over here. We have India. Place I've never been to, place I would love to go to. I feel like I just want to do an experiment of just closing my eyes and seeing what I land on. Oh. I don't know if I want that one. Look at all these books. It's crazy to me that this is essentially where I grew up, around this area. If you haven't deduced from me saying that I'm very familiar with Bennington, Vermont, and I'm from upstate New York. I'm from around this area, very close to it. And to know that this has been here my whole life and I've never come in, I think it's interesting to see how much you can change and come back to home and realize the value in being home and seeing that there's sometimes in your backyard, there's something really special. Let's do another random pulling of books and see what I pull. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? This is, what section are we in? We're in Africa. Okay. Joys and Sorrows, Reflections by Pablo Casals. There we go. Now you've been turned on. Oh! I love Aaron Copland. What to listen to for in music. Whoa! I love Aaron Copland. If you don't know who Aaron Copland is, he's an amazing composer. You've definitely heard his music before. The thing is, now I gotta find my way out of here. I don't know how to get out. Okay, now we're going to head downstairs to the second downstairs. There's so much. You know how online there's a whole conversation about how mass market paperbacks are being discontinued? Well, if you're looking for them, I'll show you exactly where you can go. Oh, look at this. Look at this. And this is only a quarter of them that they had. Oh, 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 oh. You know what word I'm not going to say? I'm not going to say wow. I'm not going to say it, but you know that I want to say it. You have some of these rare ones here as well, which I love. Look at that. Joan Didion, Run River. There's really, really great ones.
Well, that was great. I had so much fun. Woo! Woo! Unbelievable. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I left my house at 11 o'clock. That was my appointment. And I am just coming home. And right now it is 2:15. I spent 4 hours in that place. And you know what? I could have spent much more. So, let's go home and enjoy what I got. So sick. This place is literally the best. Let me make sure I don't hit anything. I'm a bad driver. I'm a very, very bad driver. Bye!